Well, here we are. This video is long overdue. This is part 5 of our win series. I'm going to be talking about the PRS finale and just some lessons I learned during the finale. I apologize that I haven't posted a video in like a few months. I just had a baby and it's our second child, and so we've been busy with that and may not be able to post as much video as I would like to, as consistent. Also with school starting for me this upcoming year, so we'll see what I can do as far as videos. Thank you guys for following and letting me know that you guys like the videos, and meeting some of you at the finale is very encouraging for me and makes me want to do more of these videos. All right, let's get to it. First off, before we begin, I would like to congratulate Chris Simmons on winning the season for PRS Rimfire this year, and also for Justin Carbone for killing it on the match and getting first place for the match. That was an amazing performance considering what the conditions were for during the weekend of the finale. So congrats to you guys. I was able to finish 19th overall for the season. Last year I was 6th overall, but this time it was 19th. But hey, I'm still happy about that and very grateful considering the amount of competition that we had during the finale. And I was also able to pick up this Ruger Precision Rimfire. So thank you, Ruger, for donating that to the prize table, and probably gonna use it for possibly production, or maybe let my son use it when he's old enough, so we'll see. So we haven't spoken much about Mirage in this series. Mostly personally used the Mirage to gauge wind direction instead of wind speed. I know there's some bench press shooters, top elite shooters, that can read the Mirage to the mile an hour. I cannot do that. I'm not that advanced. So what I mostly do is I like to read the Mirage, to use the Mirage to determine wind direction. And in this match specifically, there was a lot of switchy winds, and if you couldn't gauge where the wind was coming from, you would miss off to one side of the plate or the other. There was a specific stage, or a few specific stages, where the Mirage was very helpful, especially in stage 17. Here, I'll let you guys take a look at it. Upon start signal, you will build a position on the bench and shoot the targets in order, hit or miss, move on. G, G, E, E, back to G, and then E, and then B, B, and then E, and then G. So stage 17, let's pretend this is what the stage looked like. It actually didn't look like this. The targets were a lot smaller than this, and it was more spread out. But for the sake of this video, here's target G. By the time you went from target G to E to B, the wind had switched, because I think the wind, if I remember correctly, the wind is coming from behind us, and it was splitting between the targets. So if you shot from target G, if the wind was coming from the right, by the time you came to target B, the wind would be coming from the left, if that makes sense. So one of the things that saved me in that stage was trying to read the Mirage for wind direction. I like to read the Mirage. Usually you can see the Mirage on the horizon. So if you look in the horizon, this is where, pretend this is the grass area, and this is the horizon. Let's say this is the tree line or the sky. You could usually see the Mirage going left to right or right to left by looking at the horizon. One of the best ways to also read Mirage is by looking at it on top of the target. You could usually see the waves on top of the target because it's a good contrast with the background. Or on top of the target indicators, you can see the Mirage usually on top of the target indicators. Let's pretend the Mirage was coming from the right on target G, and I tried to read it. I think I was trying to read it on the horizon or the target indicator. So I could see that it was coming from right to left. So that means I would ended up doing my right wind hold for this one. And then by the time I got to B, the wind had switched from left to right. So it's coming from the left. Then I would do my left wind hold for target B. The important thing that you have to know about these switchy winds is it's going to change from shooter to shooter. And by the time you think that you have the right wind strategy before you start the stage, it probably will change during the stage. So having this tool of reading the mirage is very helpful in trying to discern which direction it's coming from. It doesn't matter if the shooter in front of you is the best shooter and they tell you to hold this much wind. By the time it gets to you, it has probably changed, most likely. It was especially true during this match. Another important tip is to try to get behind the glass as much as possible when you're not shooting, when you're not loading your mag. Especially during this match, we had ROs that we didn't have to worry about timing shooters or keeping score. Like, we had a lot of time to look behind the glass and try to see what's going on downrange. Spend as much time as you can and invest in a good quality binoculars or spotting scope so that you could gather as much information as possible, because the more information that you gather, the higher probability that you're going to have better impacts or higher percentage of impacts on that stage. And the cool thing about these matches is you can help each other out. So it's important that you don't help each other out during when somebody's shooting a stage. Like, you can't do that, especially in a national level match like this. But after they're done shooting, you guys can help each other out. There was a few times where I would ask the shooter in front of me or whoever shot, hey, what's gonna be your starting wind call? And they would tell me, hey, I'm gonna be holding 0.5 left. So that in my mind, while I'm spotting, whenever they get to the stage, I know their starting wind call, and based on what I see downrange, if they hit the target on the left and the right, or if they missed, like, I should know exactly where they missed on their reticle. So for this example, if the shooter was holding 0.5 left, and I saw that they missed off of the left, then in my mind, while I'm spotting, that means they held too much wind and they would need to come back to the plate. So helping each other out, especially if you have a good squad, if you guys can help each other out, that will really go a long way in helping you do better during these matches. Because the more information that you have, the better the chances of you doing better in that stage. But then again, like I said, especially during these switchy wind matches, there was a few times where the shooter would tell us what they were holding, and by the time they got to the next shooter, it would just completely change. I had an example of that in stage, I think it was stage 11. It was another troop line, left to right troop line, that I ended up holding, or people were telling me to hold a full mil of wind, but my gut was telling me to only hold 0.6 and 0.8. And in this case, I should have went with my gut. My gut was telling me to hold 0.6 or 0.8 towards the middle of the target. So I ended up just not going with my gut and holding a full mil because that's what everybody else was holding, and I ended up missing off of the left because of that. So I had to decrease my wind, and when I decreased my wind, I was able to connect with the target. At the end of the day, your wind call is going to be your best educated guess. It's a guessing game, but the more information that you have, again, the better of your chances having the right guess. And sometimes you just have to go with what your gut is telling you. I really encourage you guys to get this book. It's called The Wind Book for Rifle Shooters, and this is the old version. I have the new version, but I just can't find it. But it's got really good information. This is where I got a lot of my information from. It's very technical, but there's a few chapters on the back near the end of the book that has very good tips from top shooters around the world. So I encourage you guys to get this, The Wind Book for Rifle Shooters. And thank you guys for watching this series. And this is part 5, and I think this is going to be my last video for this series, and I'll try to get you guys some more videos this year. I may not be able to post as much. as I normally do, but I'll try to get you guys some videos. Alrighty, have a good one.